The second part is brought by the guys that writes impact window and door. Protect your home the right way. And it says like this: Florida Hurricane Impact Window Block. And he says, get impact windows and doors for as little as $50 per month. But this is only their advertising for the, and the title says it all. The worst places in Florida for hurricanes rank. So this is the second part to my previous video, so you guys can check it out. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to read it aloud for you. So let me focus the camera a little bit. And it says like this: if you're living in Florida, hurricanes are always a threat. Storm protection is essential for protecting you and your family from wind-borne debris, rain, and more. But not all areas of Florida are equal. Living in Orlando, for example, you won't be hit by as many hurricanes as you would be in South Florida. So let's look at the top 6 worst places in Florida for hurricanes. These areas have had the most storms that are Category 3 hurricanes or higher. If you live in one of these areas, you'll want to think about investing in impact windows and impact doors. And number 1 comes Southeast Florida, which is the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach metropolitan areas. Southeast Florida is very susceptible to hurricanes, given its location at the tip of the state. Most large hurricanes affect Southeast Florida with storm surges and plentiful rain, and those that make direct landfall can cause severe damage. One of the worst hurricanes to ever make landfall in Miami was the Great Miami Hurricane of 1926, which destroyed thousands of homes and caused damage of $196 billion in inflation-adjusted dollars. The costliest hurricane in history when normalizing for inflation. But you guys forget about the 1928 hurricane, which hit Palm Beach and then moved to Lake Okeechobee. And number 2 comes Key West and the Florida Keys. And in number 2 comes Key West and the Florida Keys. The Florida Keys are also very vulnerable to intense hurricanes, with storm surges posing a particular threat to these islands. Hurricane Andrew was a Category 5 hurricane that struck South Florida, Homestead area, in August 1992. It was the most destructive hurricane to ever hit Florida until Hurricane Irma surpassed it 25 years later. Hurricane Irma, which made landfall in 2017 as a Category 4 hurricane in Big Pine Key. So this is South, and number 3 comes Southwest Florida, the Fort Myers, Naples area. Southwest Florida is often spared some of the worst of hurricane season, but that doesn't mean that significant storms don't make their way around the Gulf Coast. Hurricane Irma is the worst hurricane to have hit the Fort Myers, Naples area in recent history in 2017. As a Category 4 hurricane, Irma caused more than $64 billion in damages, with winds of up to 150 miles per hour and huge storm surges around the coast. Hurricane Irma was the most powerful Atlantic hurricane in recorded history until Hurricane Dorian just a couple of weeks later, just a month ago. And in number 4 comes West Florida, the Tampa, St. Petersburg, Sarasota, and Clearwater metropolitan areas. And it says like this: the Tampa Bay area has been lucky without any major hurricanes hitting the region in recent years. The last powerful storm to hit the area was the 1921 Tampa Bay hurricane. This storm peaked at Category 4 with winds exceeding 140 miles per hour. Even if it weakened to a Category 3 with winds of 120 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour, I don't know. Despite its power and a 10 to 12 foot storm surge, though there were few fatalities and about $110 million in inflation-adjusted damages to the area, Hurricane Irma did head towards Tampa, but was downgraded to a Category 1 storm by the time it came through. This is still a major storm, but not as bad as it might have been. Hopefully their luck will continue. But we just don't know. One day, this area of Florida can get hit by a major hurricane, a category 3 or higher, the worst being a category 5. So let's hope this is happening any soon, but it does happen. You need to be ready. You need to have a plan. And in number 5 comes Central Florida, the Atlantic coast of Central Florida, which is the Melbourne and Cocoa Beach area. And it says like this. The Brevard County and Central Florida Atlantic coast are quite susceptible to massive hurricanes, though most which make landfall weekend before they affect the area. Despite being less likely to suffer direct impacts from hurricanes, the Melbourne Cocoa Beach area is still at risk of damage from storm surges and high winds. Hurricane Charlie did not hit the area directly, even if it hit southwest Florida to the Punta Gorda area, to the Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda area, and moved through Central Florida to Orlando and exited around near Daytona Beach. But Hurricanes Francis and Jeanne, both also in 2004, cost more than $2.8 billion in claim payments combined. Many people didn't think that Central Florida can be susceptible to hurricanes, but they did have. Francis and Jeanne are the best example. Well, Hurricane Erin, Francis, and Jeanne are the best example of this. And it says and in number 6 comes the Florida Panhandle, the Pensacola, and the Panama City area, metropolitan areas. And it says, on average, the Panhandle is affected by a severe storm about every 2 years. Hurricane Opal in 1995 was one of the strongest hurricanes to hit the area in recent memory, landing as a category, even if it was a category 4 hurricane, winds of over 150 miles per hour, winds of 155, something like that, because it says winds of over 150 miles per hour, but it weakened to a category to 115 miles per hour, which is a category 3, and costing it, but it cost at least, despite weakening, it cost at least $4.7 billion in damages and leaving more than 34,000 people homeless. An estimated, I need to focus a little bit. An estimated 100,000 people were evacuated from the area before the hurricane's impact. But Opal, Ivan, and Dennis doesn't compare to Hurricane Michael in 2018. And the most powerful on record in the Florida Panhandle, Hurricane Michael made landfall with a Category 5 status, making it the U.S. strongest storm since Hurricane Andrew ravaged southern Florida in 1992, costing over $25 billion in damage. And this is the course of the window factory. It says, protect yourself from powerful hurricanes. Get replacement windows today. But I'm going to read it because they're advertised. This section was advertised by them. So I have to read it right away. At Wright's Impact Windows and Doors, we take hurricane protection seriously, which is why we offer high-quality replacement windows and PACE finance options for our customers. The benefits of impact windows and impact doors are numerous, from better energy efficiency to reduced noise and higher home values. Energy efficient. But most importantly, impact windows and doors can help keep you, your family, and your property safe. So no matter where you live in Florida, consider getting replacement windows for your home. Not only is this a great idea to protect your family, but Florida building codes now require hurricane protection for all new windows and doors. So if you're ready to get started, call us now at 844. But that is if you're ready. So, but before we go, let's go to the homepage right here. No, let's go to the products that they have. And it says 45 years experience freeing home estimates. Premium industry products and industry-leading hurricane windows in Florida, supplied and installed the right way. Wow. Wow, this is what I like about. So the next part, we're gonna cover this area, okay?